Hello everyone, I'm Darlene. Thank you for being here today and clicking on my video. I appreciate that very much. And I have a long playlist of deceased loved ones, so if this is not your person, please go and scroll down and you might find a message from someone you weren't even expecting to hear from. So thank you for being here. Also, I do other kind of readings here on YouTube, some tarot card readings and so forth. So if that interests you, also go and check those out. Now, today, I have someone coming through who is kind of giving me this family story, which I'll give to you in a moment. I almost forgot. Also, every Wednesday I go live here on YouTube, so if that interests you, please also go to my community tab on my channel and you can get all the information there. Sorry for that interruption. So, I have a young woman coming through today who says she was a cowgirl, and she's saying that, let me qualify this. She said it with humor, but she said, I'm not the kind of cowgirl that lived on a ranch. And so it was kind of her funny way. I think maybe that's what she called herself, cowgirl. So she's showing me a picture of, and you know, for many of us, I think all mediums as far as I know, they give us pictures that we can understand through our personal experiences. So for example, my granddaughter is a Horsey girl. That's what we call her, Horsey girl. And she has done nothing but eat, breathe, and talk horses since the moment she was born into this world. She just can't get enough. But, and so she started taking riding lessons and that kind of thing. And she's a teenager now, and something that it's just wonderful to watch them grow up. But I'm wasting your time. I apologize anyway. So this young woman is showing me that because that's my experience, because that's my granddaughter. She said, no, I wasn't the kind of girl that lived on the ranch or out, you know, that kind of horsey girl. I went to shows, and I think she actually did some rodeo as well. So now she's showing me, and I always ask, who are you here to talk to and what is your message? And sometimes I also ask, like, how did you die? And that's not always relevant, and so they don't always show me that. If it's relevant, they do. If not, then they don't. But she touched her head, so I don't know, she had a head injury or something to do with the head, because she wasn't that old. I mean, she could have been in her early 20s, maybe still in her teens, but she had this, she's talking about her mom. Apologize, I can't seem to get my mouth in sync with my brain today. She is showing me her mom and her younger sister. And so when I asked who she was here to talk with today and give a message for her, she said first her little sister. So she told me what she wanted to say to her, and then she brought in the mom. So I'll start with the little sister. Apparently the little sister was also, I won't say was, I'll say is, but was more focused on going down a road with the horse track. And I don't mean that literally. I mean that, you know, same as she was, they would load the horses in a trailer and go to these places. And I'm not always certain, but I think she's showing me like they did some shows, and she's showing me rodeo. So I think she was at some point later involved in the rodeo. So they would just, it was a family thing. They would get the three girls, the mom and the two daughters, would load up their horse trailer in the truck, and they would go to these events. And so the younger daughter had also started participating. That's the better way to say that. I didn't want you to get confused with horse track. But anyway, and she was coming along, and then when the older sister passed, again, they're not showing me how, she felt somewhat pressured. She felt, and I feel this was internally motivated. I don't think it was that the mother was putting pressure on this child. I don't feel like that's it. I feel like she was just feeling like I can never fill my big sister's shoes, because that, true or not, that was her feeling. I can't fill my big sister's shoes. So it was sort of one of those I'm afraid to try because I'll fail scenarios. Oh, well, I say is. And so she stopped trying. You know, I think she would still do it, and this, again, this could be present. She may be still doing it, but I don't think she is as motivated as she was once when the big sister was around, because she was apparently very good at encouraging and also teaching the younger sister about what she needed to know and showing her the ropes, so to speak. As was the mom, but as this sister who's passed, as she got older, she kind of almost took the lead on that. And so she has a message for the sister, which is, you don't understand. She kept saying to me, you don't understand that you can be better than I was. You can be as good. And then she said, no, you can be better than I was. You have more natural talent, but you were just starting to kind of maybe come into your own a little bit, or maybe you hadn't at all, but I feel like you were on the verge. If you hadn't, you're on the verge of it. And your sister could see that. And she's also seeing what the potential can be. You know, when they cross over on the other side, they can see our future. We can't see that, or potential future, because we do have free will. So she's saying, she's here to encourage you not to give up on this, not to give up on this. And if what you're feeling about this is just simply not true, she's saying you have as much, if not more, talent than I did to do this. And so you need to just let go of that. This is, again, self-imposed pressure that this young woman's putting on herself at the moment. And then she talked about her mom, and I can see that this was, that the mom grew up, or I don't think she grew up quite in the way that these girls did. I don't think maybe she had the money and the upbringing that maybe these young women have, but the mom was very much a horsewoman, and was always comfortable being around horses, and was her passion as well. Now, the mom was feeling bad, I can see, after, well, even while this child was alive. She's showing me this, that even when this daughter was alive, the mother would have, and so she's acknowledged, she's having me tell you this because she sees this now that she's crossed over. She didn't know this when she was alive, but she does now, because you get to see things when you cross over. She's talking about the fact that you felt that you didn't give her, how to say this, the more feminine things in life. You didn't teach her, a lot of the prissy feminine things in life, and you the mom, you felt bad about that. And even, again, when she was alive, I think you felt like you were questioning, maybe, did I do the right thing? And that you didn't do more of that, or maybe you couldn't. I know in my case, my mother, I love my mother so much. She liked to play softball. She was what we would call a tomboy back then. She, had kids and a family and did all that, but she just wasn't particularly a prissy woman. And she didn't teach me how to do those things, because I think she didn't know how. She was an only child, and nobody taught her how, and she didn't probably know how to teach me how. So, I didn't even learn to cook until I was an adult. So, if we don't have it to give and to share, then we can't, right? So I think that's a part of this. But it just wasn't who she, meaning you, the mom, it just wasn't who you were naturally, and it wasn't an important part of your, what you want to put your focus on in life. And I think you pass that down a little bit to your girls. Now, what you saw in this young woman, this daughter that's crossed over, was that she was like you, but she wasn't. She had more of that potential to be more prissy and feminine and stuff than you did by nature. And this is not about gender, y'all. This is just about, I mean, I have a very strong masculine side. So, you know, and again, I've done martial arts, I've done motorcycles, and I've done lots of stuff that a lot of women don't do. And I'm just saying, and yet I'm just as, I can be girly. So it makes me feel kind of like that about, you know, like how I know that I am about her. It just wasn't her thing so much. But the daughter, who's crossed over, the mom was realizing, yeah, she's really a little bit different. She's more of a blend. She's more of, yes, she can do all this horsey stuff, but she does have a feminine side. And I think you felt inadequate in some way that you couldn't or didn't teach her more about those things and share those things about her. So the daughter is coming through to give you the message that you need to let that go. That was never the case. And she's joking. She said, because, you know, everything's on the internet now anyway, Mom. I found out everything I needed to know. I never felt slighted. I never felt that you didn't love me. I never felt that you were a bad mom or that you didn't give me enough. She's saying, I never felt that way. And she wants you to let go of that. Okay, that was kind of roundabout the robin, but I think you understand the story now. Let's see what else. I'm listening, y'all, in my head, so to speak. A student of mine once bought me this T-shirt that said, "I do what the voices in my head tell me to do," which, if you're a medium, that's funny. Anyway, let me see here. Interesting. She's saying that when she passed, it broke the team up. It broke the show up. Like the three of you were your own just tight family group, and you traveled together, like I said, and you supported each other. I mean, I guess it just feels like a very tight group of the three of you. And she said when she passed, you know, it broke up that energy, and as of course it would. God, I often say, if something happened to one of my kids, I don't know how parents do it. I just don't know if I could survive that. So, but and I'm trying to put this into words. She's saying, but this life, regarding the horses, this life is your passion. It's what feeds your soul. We all need something to feed our soul, to feed our heart, to feel passionate about. And this is it for you. So she's encouraging you to continue doing it. Just like, get the team back on the road, Mom. Get the team back on the road. And also to the little sister, once again, to not feel that pressure of feeling like she's got to fill any shoes, because she said that's just not the case. You have all the talent. You can if you choose to. She's saying you're choosing to hold back. Oh, that's interesting. She said you're choosing to hold back. But there's no need to do that. She said, even if I had lived, you would have eventually been better than me. So why not do it now? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, why not do it now? Okay. Is anything else? There's some reference to smoke in the hair, like when occasionally y'all would camp out on these trips, and something about sitting by the campfire, because I know I used to do that, you know, with my brother. Well, I enjoy doing it anyway, but sitting around the campfire, and, you know, when a breeze or something blows the smoke toward you, and you get ready to go to bed, and you smell your hair, and it smells like wood smoke. And so something about that maybe you joked about it. Maybe, I don't know, could be happening to you now. But I think she was referring to her in some conversation that happened around that. Well, I think that's it. Okay, thank you guys for being here. I hope this message finds its way to the family. And if it's not your story, but you think you know this person, please share it with them. And be sure and hit that like button on the way out. And I'll be back soon with another deceased loved one. I hope you all are very, very well. And take care. Many blessings.